Hello.
Hola.
Oh, Jesus. But no, this is like a sim race. No one's actually flying from country to country. I don't know if someone told you,
Oh no.
but just sorry.
Okay, so here's the roster for you guys. We've got Vermin Racing Team, Oscar Williams, Max Ambling, and Maxi, who's in the commentator's booth with us today. Not racing today, but with good reason, I think.
Yeah. Good read.
NDC Racing Team, we've got Douglas Falcon, David Ball, Cyprian Stoyan forming out that one. Forza Sahara, with Janis van Dijk leading the way with Paul Magzai behind him. And Hellas Panos and Stein Prinz taking out the first reserve role for that team. We've got Jonas topping out JH Design Racing. R2 right behind him, with Tim Draper forming out the main drivers. Sammy Salem and Nicola Lay forming out the reserves. Moving on to Inford, we've got Martin Van Taland as driver 1, which is interesting. Would have thought Yap would be there, but Clank Hughes is driver 2 and Yap in the third driver position. No reserves for those guys, same as Vermin and NDC. In sideways we've got Tommy Latalo, Alex Cochrane and Kilgore Trout. Again, no reserves for those guys. And now we'll just go through a lap walkthrough for you guys. So, coming down the main straight into T1. Braking just after the 100 board, trying to pick up the throttle as early as possible and heading into the middle of the first sector. Fast left-hander, swooping in for a right, using on the exit curb as you come down this sort of straight into this fast left-hand kink. So this small chicane section, and again using on the exit curb to head down the hill. Just taking as much speed as you dare through there, keeping it pinned through this left-hander. And now for the fastest section of the track, as we try to pin through this downhill section, then go back uphill, clipping the apex, trying to use some of the curb on the exit there. And heading into this little chicane section, trying to carry as much speed as possible, again using the exit curb on the right there. And as we head down into this first hairpin part, quite a fast hairpin actually, as we go into the last sector here, he's trying to use some of this exit curb through a fast left and right hand kink and up to the last corner of the lap. Trying to keep it as tight as possible and trying to get the power on as early as possible and onto the main straight. That is your lap of Mugello. So here we are then,
Done.
on track. So predictions,
yeah,
guys.
3 new teams. In fact, we have JH Design, we have In Sideways, and Forza Sahara. All new teams to the series. So that'll be exciting to have a Few new
Yeah.
names on the grid. Uh, no new drivers though, as far as I know.
Yeah, they're all either coming from the F3 series or the hybrid series. So again, experienced drivers.
I
Be
think
nice to see.
we do have a Fell who's who had raced with us a few years ago, but he's making a comeback tonight. So I
Yeah, we
guess
have some
that's sort
returning
of
drivers.
that's sort of a debut. If and Kilgo Trout, of course.
And
He's
Mizzy is back as well. He
yeah, Tom
returned.
Yelitalo.
Yep, got
Uh,
Mizzy back in the game, which is nice to see.
Yelitalo. Tom Yelitalo.
It's interesting to see how they're going to do, though, because they're considered to be the weakest team on the grid, but let's see if they prove us wrong.
Yeah, they've got a lot to prove, the Insiders boys, but we'll see. I'm not too sure it's going to be the quickest out of those three, to be honest. I'm going to
We'll be
expect Mizzy to pull something out of those three.
Yeah. I would
Team battle.
definitely expect. I would expect Mizzy to actually be fairly strong in general, just not just in that lineup. So
Well, I know he
he's
likes Kit Kats, so they get paid to
he's
Kit Kats.
yeah, they do. And Mizzy or Tommy, he's had quite a few strong results in Trout League in the past. You know, a few wins, quite a few podiums. So he's not a bad driver by any means.
Yeah, very true. We're on board with Yap then at the moment, who's leading this practice session as we head into qualifying. A little bit late as we had a few issues with this server, but that's no worry. Oscar Williams then 2 tenths behind. Believe Oscar was leading the before practice, I think, wasn't he? By a good like 600ths.
I can check. Looking at the live tracker, though, it is actually really close, at least between Oscar and R2, unless some people are sandbagging.
Yeah, I think the fastest time was like a 33.8, I think, so we're quite a fair bit
Yeah.
off, but that again is track grip, so we'll see how the track evolves as we get a few laps under our belts here.
Oscar and R2 are in a class of their own, though. They're a couple of tenths ahead, like Plank is the only one within 1, and then everybody else is close to around half a second back, so that'll be interesting to see if everyone's just holding back, or...
Yeah, it's
I
interesting.
think this might particularly suit Clank. His driving style is just really aggressive, so it's a really short wheelbase sort of tail happy car, so he might actually get with it a lot better than some other drivers.
Yeah, it does demand to be quite a bit smoother than what it would be with the hybrid car, really. Since, as you said, it's got loads of oversteer due to short wheelbase. It's like a little go-kart.
With downforce, yeah, kind
Yeah.
of. That's a good comparison, actually. Massive tires, quite massive power as well for the weight. 300 and something horsepower and kilos in the 500s, so it's a very fast little thing.
I'm gonna hop in the server in a second. I just decided to download all the liveries because there's a lot of drivers I have no idea where they're at this season. Everybody seems to have like teamed up in different teams now.
So it looks like as we come to the end of practice, Yap leading the way then. Oscar Williams just trailing behind, less than 2 tenths behind Yap there. We've got Jonas following suit there, only 4 tenths there between Jonas and Yap. We'll just change this so it says the gaps in between actually. Actually, we'll get the times up, that's even better. So we got, yeah, so we're seeing 35s at the moment, high 35s, so around 2 seconds off pace from what we should be seeing in qualifying coming up.
Yeah, but track grip still really
Yeah.
down, isn't it?
So we'll see how much the track evolves over this time. get ready for qualifying. 30 seconds to go.
Cool. I will be right back.
Yeah, no problem. Okay then. We've got qualifying underway. Max Hamlet the first to exit the pits. We should see where he stacks up in this. He's not too
To activate my
happy with
app.
this pace. Max not too happy with this pace, I don't think, in comparison to Oscar. He's about... Actually, I'm going to get that up real quick just to see times. Practice session. Yeah, so Max in the testing is 5/10 off of Oscar's pace, so the Vermin Boy's looking quick, but you've got a in-forward Vermin sandwich with R2 sticking it in there. So we'll see where Max can stick up against Oscar here, but expecting good things from these boys. I don't know if you've driven this car, Jake. Have you at all?
I've done a little bit, not too much testing, but it is like really fun. It's a lot different than anything I've driven, at least. I'm curious to see how dirty air is, though. I don't know if you've seen the test race or not, but I haven't seen anything of it actually in action with multiple cars.
Yeah, I don't think it was too bad with the but it's obviously with any aero car you're going to notice some loss of grip when you're behind another car. So, but in the test race, people were able to follow quite close, keep that battle going on for quite a few laps, keeping it within a tenth at times, especially with Jonas and Oscar in that test race. It's a good example of that. So hopefully we can see more of that in this race. Mugello being a much quicker track than Brands Hatch, so again that means more downforce for the cars, but it also means maybe more dirty air. So whether it would be the same as we saw in Brands Hatch, I'm not too sure. But I guess we'll find out.
Interesting track for a first race.
Yeah.
Quite a long straight, so I'm curious to see. Like pole doesn't seem to be advantageous here, at least going into turn 1.
No, yeah, that's a good point. It's quite a long run down to turn 1, so whether...
I think it might be the longest on the calendar.
Oh no, Macau will be that.
Oh,
yeah,
we're doing
Macau.
Macau at the
Yeah,
finale?
Macau right at the end, yeah. Which will be fun. But that's something where pole won't be advantageous at all, really. Because almost always the guy in second place always overtakes you on that straight.
Macau is always good fun, though, as long as you can keep alive.
Yeah.
See if Jonas can get a little bit of a draft here. I know he's kind of far back, but...
Yeah, they're all really close so far. It's all like 1/10 between everyone at the moment, more or less. Yap and Jonas being the closest at the moment, with the rest forming out 36s, but we've got mid-35s now. I think Trout Group's only at 96, 97% right now, so we're not seeing representative times as we would see in testing. But Oscar pulling in a 35.2 there. It's at least 3/10 ahead of Clank. But again, track evolving all the time. Oscar may have got that little bit of extra grip.
Still got a lot of time to go, though. They should be able to
Yeah.
get a few laps in here.
10 minutes, and there's no restriction on return to pits, so these guys can pull over and return to pits. Whenever they want.
Interesting. So
So
this series is allowing you to pull off to the side.
yeah, so it allows the drivers just to pull off to the side, but it does mean they get more runs in qualifying, which is useful. I think, does the hybrid have a longer qualifying session, or is it the same length?
I don't know when this session started, but I know it's about 20 minutes in hybrid.
Okay.
So I don't know what we started out here at. I just joined,
Yeah,
but
I believe
it
it's
looks
50.
roughly the same. This is a
Yeah.
long track, though.
Yeah, it is, especially for these cars. We're seeing mid 1 minutes at the moment, so I imagine like a hybrid would do like low 1 minutes, maybe like 1 minute 10s or something. So with the amount of laps that they do, I imagine they'll be able to get a few more laps out of the car than what these Agile cars would.
Oscar Williams on pole. That's become a bit of a trend in both hybrid and F3.
Yeah, he's been very quick in hybrid. He's evolved over the season, I guess. He's come very close to some wins, and eventually getting some of his own towards the tail end of the season, which is good to see. Moving on to different types of formula.
Back.
Welcome back.
How are you doing?
Yeah, good. Oscar on provisional pole at the moment.
Okay, so it's pretty interesting. He's I think he was sitting third in practice on the stat.
Yeah. Oh, not Oscar. No, Oscar was on top of testing, but I'm
Oh.
not sure about practice. I think he was. Yeah, he was. Yeah. But we've got
Wow.
2 Vermin cars followed by 2 forward cars, and again it's those 2 teams right at the top.
And Max Hamling just crosses the line to and
Jonas.
Jonas holds up for now on.
Yeah, I think the track is just evolving right now. It's just
Track's evolving, yes. Hughes on top now. He does enjoy to be on top, doesn't he, Hughes? Alright, that sounded very wrong.
Is everyone in the right livery? Have we determined that yet?
hopefully.
I would think so. It looks like it.
Yeah, it does
Someone
look
would
like
have
it.
said something if they didn't. Well,
I'll pull up the spotter's guide anyways, just in case. I don't want to call out anything wrong.
yeah, I mean the in sideways cars will be the ones that are new, as well as the GH design and the Forza Sahara. Some of the other liveries you'll be Vermin and then in forward will be able to distinguish them. Sure, very similar to past iterations.
This is interesting. Is this the first time Clank and Douglas Falcon have not been teammates? I think they're in separate
No.
teams for the...
No, they've been
believe-
in F3.
Yeah.
Clank has raced going forward last season. Well, they haven't changed lineups at all, so it's the same lineup going forward. It's just Vermin that has a new spicy German driver. It's the lineup replacing some old commentator, some retired guy.
Oscar's falling a bit down the pack here.
Yeah, but he
Yeah.
hasn't set a lap in. He's just about to set a lap right now in better grip. So
Yeah, we'll go back on board with
See what
Oscar
he
in a
can do.
bit, just before he starts his lap. We'll see who else is trying to do a flying lap right
Max
now.
just can. Tommy.
Tommy doing quite well.
Yeah, up in 7th.
Yeah, nearly in the top 5. I think he might be able to do
He
it. Hopefully.
Could be, yeah. He's there with Martin. If you look at only a tenth
Yeah.
and something, a tenth
He's
and a half off.
definitely
So
definitely got the pace to. I don't think that lap
up
was
on
set in
this
the
lap.
current grip.
yeah, I think he's up on this lap right now. I'm not
Actually,
sure.
pull up the performance delta. Just have a look. Oh no, this must be an out lap.
Yeah,
Unless he's made a mistake. No, yeah, he's coming into the pits. So
yeah, he's coming in. or in lap. Yes.
I'm not sure
It's
people are
very
aware.
close if you look. I mean, so many people in the 35s if you look at it. It's
Oh yeah.
yeah, pretty much from third place down to all the way down to 11th. They're all in the within a tenths of each other, so it's pretty amazing in terms of gaps so far. As the grip gets better, the gaps often widen. So
I'm just gonna
we'll see
hop.
towards the end of the session.
Gonna hop on board with Oscar real quick as he started his flying lap.
It's 2 tenths up so far.
Yeah,
He's
it's
only
looking
for
good
sector 1
for
right
his
now.
first sector. But again, the time gained here is probably due to track evolution. Just quickly, I'm going to check what it's on right now. Yeah, we're on 100%. So in these next 5 minutes,
So
we'll be seeing.
these
Yeah,
will be called final times pretty much.
these
if
will
you,
be final times coming up now. As we got Paul Magzide popping in a top 10 time there.
Surprised
35.5.
with Cochran here. He's right behind Tommy. Like, there's nothing between them.
Alex is surprising right now. He's finding some good pace in this car actually, throughout testing as well.
He was very good in the F3 as well. He got fives regularly, so I think maybe he agrees with these a bit slower cars rather than the hybrids.
Yeah, it's you can get away with
7
being less
tenths up on
precise, I think.
himself, Oscar. That's one hell of a lap. Let's see the exit here.
It's a good exit onto the straight. I think
Yeah.
he lost a tiny bit on the entry there, but it's
Yeah, lost a
nothing
few
to
hundreds,
worry.
but that's
as
not. That's gonna be pole.
Yeah, there it is. That's provisional pole for Oscar then. I think he's going to go straight into for another lap, but we should just have a look at who else is on a fly. We've got Clank Hughes, 2 tenths up
Hughes.
through the.
Oh, he's fighting
Oh,
with him.
Yeah,
If
coming
he
into
keeps
the
this
last
gap, he
sector.
gets pole.
So we'll see
good.
where he can stack up here. I think it could be pole position
Oof,
here for
this is
provisional pole.
gonna be really close. Yeah, this is gonna be really close. But I think he has it.
Yeah, there it is,
Wow.
34.4.
Oh,
It's Jonas actually.
Jonas.
On
There's
provisional
Jonas.
pole. Wow, not
Yeah.
even expect that. Holy.
That was a surprise.
And Sammy
So
Sailing.
Jonas holds up with
Oh,
he's
it's getting
the
close.
creator of mod of the Formula Agile mod, so he has an inherent advantage. I'm sure the forward boys will be asking for his removal from the championship.
This is close.
As he's finding more time in the first sector. Just to note, Max Hamlink only 200ths behind Oscar Williams right now. But at the moment, it's JH Design leading the way at the moment in qualifying. Interesting to see is Jonas on a flyer once again.
Unexpected before in S-Track, he just yeah, I don't know if it was sandbagging or something because he didn't have this kind of pace.
No, yeah. We'll just have a look at the S-Tracker real quick. I know you guys can't see it on the stream, but Jonas put. Yeah, well, yeah, you can. But Jonas can.
Oscar
Jonas
just
P6, yeah.
topped. He's just got provisional pole with a 34.2.
We're getting close
that'll
to
be
some of the
difficult.
testing times now. Only 4 tenths off the actual.
Oh,
fastest.
Jonas being held up by some traffic right on the
Who
last
was
corner.
that looks like Alex, wasn't it?
It's an sideways car.
Yeah, it was Alex.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
everyone's coming to the line here. This looks like it's gonna be the final.
I'm sorry, I should have laughed.
134.2. Wow. Magzire up to fifth. That's good. Forza Sahara being renamed. They weren't looking good here at the start, but they're moving up into the top 10.
Yeah, I expect a bit more from Paul Max. To be honest, he's usually one of the quickest guys in the hybrid champion for the
So
past
is
2 seasons.
Giannis, but he's down in 13th right now, which is kind of strange. I guess his car is just very close between everybody. A few tenths drops you all the way down.
One
Yeah,
person I was
one of those
expecting to be a little bit quicker was Paul Magzer, the current hybrid champion. Currently, I don't know, it's about 7 tenths off the provisional pole pace at the moment. But he's leading the way for Forza Sahara anyway. Currently down as current lap. He may get another shot here. Or
I remember him saying
be
it was a little
close.
bit more difficult to set up. I do remember him and at least
Yeah,
Forza Horror guys were talking about that. They might have a little bit of setup trouble this race.
love the Irish flag on the rear view system. The
Their
livery.
liveries are really cool. Like every driver's is a little bit different on the rear end. I think that's
Ooh, Oscar
Oh, and
Williams on
Yap.
33.9. We didn't even see that, I don't think. So Yap,
Yeah,
Yap
that's
coming in P2 there.
4 seconds as we cross the line.
Yap
there we
and
go.
P2. That's
Max is coming to the line.
it's
Let's see.
gonna be those
He
two.
can't improve.
Martin as well. He's 2.5 tenths up on his lap.
Yeah, Martin
He's gonna jump a lot
Here he
of
comes.
positions. He's gonna jump up
through
to
the last corner
sixth.
then. 3 temps up.
3 tenths up. He
Yep,
might even
nearly
get
4
fifth.
temps now. Here we go.
Might even get fifth.
There it is. Oh,
And
P6
gets
just out
sixth.
of the
Yeah,
grasp
so
there.
just out of 300s down on P5. Max Hamlin.
Tommy finding a bit
Tommy.
of time here in the first sector.
Ooh, and Kilgore's gone off at the end of the track, so he will not improve.
Ah, that's unfortunate for Kilgore. Alex is. We've got quite a few on their last laps here. We'll just go back to Tommy real quick. I think he's the furthest on. He's 4 temps up at the
Oh,
moment.
and he's 4 tenths up now.
So
if he gets a
finding
good
quite a lot of
exit
time.
here.
Yeah,
This
he
will
could
put
be-
him
he
in
could
the
be
top 10.
10.
Well, in
Oh,
the
yeah.
top
Dude,
10.
just hoping not to get held up by
Oh,
that
good.
Forza Sahara car, and he moves out of the way very nicely. Now
What a good
last
exit.
corner, that's good entry. Let's see the exit speed, pretty good. Almost 4 tenths up on his lap. Where does he end up?
Wow, jumps into
P7.
7.
So 4 tenths jump you 6 positions, or 5 or whatever.
And unfortunately for Alex, it's no improvement, I'm afraid. So we've got one in sideways car in the top 10.
Does anyone know the
So, yeah.
keybind for the relative to pop up? My streaming app will not work.
So it's Oscar Williams on pole position. Yeah, Frank Vogt in second. Those two have a long history of a bit of a rivalry going on between them two, and between their teams as well in forward and Vermin Racing. It's gonna be pretty interesting at the start to see them to battle for the lead into the first corner.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see who will come out on top of here. As we get onto the grid then. 2 minutes to go, we'll stick it on this screen for now though.
Make
So-
sure we're at the back, yeah.
Yep. Oscar Williams on pole then, followed by Yap Jonas in P3. I'd never thought, I didn't think I'd see that tonight, to be honest. Jonas just surprising everyone, I think. He was P6 in testing, but coming in P3 in the qualifying session there. Clank Hughes following behind him. Max in P5, we've got Martin Vanteland in P6. Tommy being the surprise there, P7. Paul Magza in P8. We've got Sammy Salem, P9, Douglas Falcon in P10, rounding out the top 10 positions. And to go down the rest of the grid, Tim Draper, P11, Janus Van Dijk for Forza Sahara in P12, Alex Cochrane in P13, followed by the other inside his car of Kilgore Trout in P14, Cyprian Stoyan in P15 for the NDC Racing team, as well as his teammate David Bull, who comes in P16. We've got Bobert in P17, and that is your grid.
Unless Jake decides to start. Right.
Keyboard warrior. Watch out. Apparently I'm driving
but,
for Vermin this race according to the liveries, so.
Yeah, my car. It's my car, the free trophy car.
So any predictions for the start here? It's a pretty long run.
I think Jaap will get the slipstream and get past. To be honest, honestly, if he gets a good launch, he'll be good.
Okay then, here we go. 5 seconds. The lights are up. We're 6 lights in. And we're away for round 1 here at Mugello. We've got a car moving off to the right there. I don't know who that was. We've got Oscar Williams in. I think he's off for a good
I
start.
think that was Martin.
Looking
Yeah,
at
but
T1 then.
Martin's lost a lot.
gap's gotten past right now on the outside,
Oops, sorry, there we go. Right.
and he is. They're still
Oh, his
battling.
Tommy's gone off. He slid all
Tommy's
the way
gone
back
off.
down to the end of the
Yeah,
field.
down to the end there.
Oh, and there's a
Oh,
corner
that's a
around.
big crash.
Is that one of the NDC boys? Looks like Cyprian Stowing spinning out there.
Yes.
That's unfortunate. Yep. Then P2 right behind Oscar Williams. The top three staying exactly the same as they were at the start of this race. Paul Magzar moving it to P4 though. Max Hamlick staying in at P5 and Martin in P6. We'll just have a look to see if anything else has shifted about. Tommy losing out there into P14. Getting very close to one of the NDC boys there. We'll see if we've got any little battles forming. I imagine we'll have quite a few on this first lap.
What is it?
Monsters away.